Welcome back to Narrative Nexus. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects many but is rarely discussed openly: the psychological effects of pornography. Whether you're here out of curiosity or concern, this video aims to provide a balanced view, exploring how consuming adult content might shape your mind and behavior. If you find this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from this discussion. Dopamine in the brain's reward system. When someone watches pornography, it activates the brain's reward center, triggering a release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter responsible for pleasure, motivation, and reward. This is the same chemical that gets released when we eat delicious food or experience something exciting. The dopamine surge makes the experience feel pleasurable, creating a strong association with the content, similar to the way the brain responds to other rewarding activities like eating or exercising. However, the brain's reward system is designed to adapt. With repeated exposure to the same stimulus, the brain starts to need more and more of that stimulus to achieve the same dopamine high, a phenomenon known as desensitization. This means that over time, what once seemed arousing or stimulating might no longer have the same effect, leading some people to seek out more explicit or novel content. This cycle can create a feedback loop that makes it difficult to control consumption, and in some cases, it can resemble other forms of addiction like gambling or drug use. Desensitization and its broader effects. The constant pursuit of dopamine highs can have broader effects beyond just behavior. Desensitization doesn't just make pornography less stimulating, it can also reduce the brain's ability to experience pleasure in other areas of life. This is why some people who frequently consume pornography might notice a decreased interest in hobbies, social interactions, or everyday activities that they once found enjoyable. The brain's reward system becomes so accustomed to the intense stimulation from pornography that it finds it harder to derive pleasure from normal, everyday experiences like spending time with friends or enjoying a good meal. Impact on cognitive function and intelligence. Let's talk about the potential impact on cognitive functions like concentration, focus, and even intelligence. Some researchers suggest that the constant need for high levels of stimulation might be linked to difficulties with focus, memory, and impulse control. When the brain is regularly exposed to highly stimulating content, it may become harder to concentrate on tasks that require sustained attention, like studying, working, or reading a book. This over-reliance on immediate gratification can also alter the brain's ability to delay gratification, a crucial skill for complex problem-solving and critical thinking. Tasks that require longer periods of focus and patience, such as learning new skills or working on long-term projects, can feel more challenging. While this doesn't mean that consuming pornography directly lowers IQ, it can impact how effectively someone can manage their attention and focus, potentially affecting their academic or professional performance over time. Effects on relationships and intimacy. Beyond individual behavior, frequent consumption of pornography can have a significant impact on romantic relationships and intimacy. For some, it can create unrealistic expectations about physical appearance, sexual performance, or the nature of sexual experiences. These expectations, shaped by the often exaggerated depictions seen in adult content, may lead to dissatisfaction with a real-life partner or a decrease in emotional connection. Moreover, some people might find themselves more focused on the visual and fantasy aspects of sexuality, rather than the emotional and relational dimensions. This can create a barrier to genuine intimacy and bonding with a partner, making it harder to feel emotionally connected during intimate moments. This disconnect can sometimes lead to relationship strains, feelings of inadequacy, or even anxiety about not living up to unrealistic standards. Mental health effects. Anxiety, depression, and guilt. On the mental health front, the effects of frequent pornography consumption can vary widely. Some individuals report increased feelings of anxiety, depression, or guilt after watching adult content, particularly if it conflicts with their personal values, religious beliefs, or societal norms. This cognitive dissonance, where someone's actions don't align with their values, can contribute to a sense of inner conflict or self-criticism. For others, pornography might serve as a coping mechanism for stress, loneliness, or other emotional challenges. While this might provide temporary relief, it can create a dependency over time, making it harder to find healthier ways to manage stress or emotional difficulties. This can lead to a cycle where stress drives consumption, which then leads to feelings of guilt or isolation, further reinforcing the habit. Addiction and compulsive behavior. One of the more serious concerns is when pornography use crosses the line into addiction or compulsive behavior. Addiction to pornography is not as widely recognized as other forms of addiction, but it can have similarly disruptive effects on daily life. Those who struggle with compulsive consumption may find it increasingly hard to control their habits, even when they want to cut back. This can interfere with responsibilities like work, school, or relationships, and often leads to a sense of isolation. The individual may withdraw from social activities or become preoccupied with viewing pornography to the detriment of other areas of life. This compulsive behavior can be linked to feelings of shame or frustration, making it harder for those affected to reach out for help. But it's important to know that therapy and support groups can offer valuable assistance for breaking free from these patterns. A balanced perspective on consumption. It's important to remember that not everyone who views adult content experiences negative psychological effects. For some, it's a way to explore their sexuality or relieve stress without any apparent downsides. The key is understanding your own boundaries and being mindful of how this habit affects your life. If you notice changes in your mood, self-esteem, focus, or relationships, it might be worth taking a step back and reflecting on your consumption patterns. Seeking help and finding balance. If you or someone you know is struggling with the psychological effects of pornography, remember that you're not alone, and help is available. Talking to a therapist who understands the complexities of this issue, joining a support group, or even confiding in a trusted friend can make a huge difference. Sometimes, it's about finding healthier ways to channel your energy, dealing with underlying emotional issues, and developing habits that support overall well-being. Conclusion. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the psychological effects of pornography. I hope this video provided you with valuable insights and a balanced perspective. If you found this content helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth discussions like this. This is Narrative Nexus, and I wish you the best through your health journey.